I'm Dean, I'm the dad.
I'm Laura, I'm the mom.
And I'm Krysta, and I'm the daughter.
And together we are Family Plot. Very nice, very nice. How is everyone this fine Wednesday?
Just fine. It's a fine Wednesday.
Okay, not a lot of response there, but I guess that's all right. So, what can I tell you about this week? I can tell you that remember to share the show. A lot of places will tell you that if you listen and you give us reviews, that'll move us up the charts. But really what moves us up the charts is more listens. So, if you enjoy the show, share it with your friends, expose us to a new audience. If you don't enjoy the show, well, as always, keep it to yourself. You can also support us monetarily through Buy Me a Coffee. That's a one-time donation thing, so if you just need to feel the need to throw us $5 or $10, that's the way to do it. You can also go on Patreon, where the audience can basically pay for bonus features, and you can support us through there with a monthly donation, and you can support us either through Team Bunny, Team Spa Day, or Team Podcast. So there you go. Now, that's all the bones that we lay at the beginning of our show, as I like to say, the bare bones, the basics. But that brings us to this week's episode. Now, I feel like a trigger warning is in order because this week's episode does have a fair amount of death in it. Not violence so much, but death. We're talking about a pretty big catastrophe. At 7:05 p.m. on July 17th, 1981. So we're stuck in the 80s again this week. Some 1,600 people were gathered at the lobby of the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Kansas City, Missouri. In that moment, the steel connectors designed to hold the atrium's two skywalks failed, initiating a massive tragedy and a moment in history that is unique here in Kansas City and still remembered very strongly to this day. And that's what we're here to talk about. But first, before we get into all of that, our Krysta has some things to say. Now, normally they'd be weird facts, but I don't know what she's doing today, so Krysta, take it away.
So,
it's just a button. See? There you go.
good enough?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, before we start talking about this, so in Eloy, for the past few weeks, I have been learning about this very sad subject that happened that had to do with the Ellis Island and the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory.
Okay.
I don't know what this brought up, but it shows a lot, and it shows impact of what happens today, and I'd like just to bring up some stuff and remind you that that could be happening now.
Okay.
We were reading a story called Ashes of Roses. I love that book. It is forever now my favorite.
Okay. Not familiar, but I'll have to check it out.
It's a really good book. It's about a real thing that happened with fake characters, so we all know what that is.
Right. So it's a historical novel, but with fake characters.
Yep.
Okay. Or rather, we should say fictional characters, not fake.
Fictional. It could happen. There could have been a girl named Rose and a girl named Maureen. But, long back then, there was a fire that happened due to somebody dropping a cigarette on fabric in the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory.
Now,
go ahead.
I was going to say, isn't that the one where they couldn't get out because, like, the owners had chained the doors shut to keep them from leaving early or something? I mean, they did a lot of this hideous stuff.
It was the end of a day, and they were getting ready to leave, and a fire started, and all of the doors were locked. And the only way they were getting out was they climbed onto a ladder to another building that was right next to theirs. Some of them ended up getting on the elevator. The max was 12. Some guy was trying to get them down there by 25 at a time. Nobody who fell out of the windows or, was in the fire. A lot of them were in the fire, and very few of them lived. Which was a very sad time. And it was very depressing for all the people, and I imagine that would have been terrible. It just reminded me that whatever is going on now, there has been worse. And if you are depressed because you're not feeling like you that day, or you think something's gonna go wrong, like someone you hate literally just has to beat you up, which not normally a part of my day, but hey, if that's you, apologies. It could be worse. It really could. You could have lost everything. You could have died yesterday. And there's no point in living if you may think there's no point in living if you're not happy with how you are. All that matters when you are living is that you are trying to live out your best life. You don't have to be happy with yourself all the time. Because I understand that. I'm a human too. And I am really sad that I can't be the way I want to sometimes. But sometimes you just gotta be thankful for the things that you have. That some people didn't. And you lose someone, I know it's hard to get over them. But when you do have them, you just gotta cherish those moments. So when you get mad at someone, or if you think they've had too short of a life to go off and do something that they want to do, just remember that you chose to teach them that you cared, just not in the way that they wanted you to. And if you are having issues like that, talk to someone. Talk to the person you are having issues with. Tell them you guys want to talk it out. And if you need time alone, you need time alone. We are all humans in this little place called Earth. And if we don't fix our ways, everyone is going to start being all depressed, and we can't have that. So, just PSA from Krysta. Have a great day. Do everything you want to do. You can do this. You can get through today. Just be the great person you already are.
Aw. That's so awesome that you put this positive PSA in front of what is
a terrible PSA. terrible episode to be talking about this, but...
Well, no, because we definitely need some balance. Because what happened with the event we're talking about, there is no getting around that it's a sad event. And you just, there is... God, I know half a dozen people that were touched by this. And the thing is, a lot of them couldn't talk to me about it because of legal things they signed or whatever. It's just weird. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The reason I stated that was because I know you mentioned that a lot of people died. Mm-hmm. And I knew that a lot of people died in that issue as well. It was like 146 people or 150, somewhere around there.
Yeah, we'll get into numbers later. I have them. I just don't have them right in front of me. Now, before I... Yes?
I don't think she did facts. That was just how was supposed to do.
I think she did that in lieu of facts, right? Am I right? Do you have facts, or was that in lieu of facts?
She still had facts.
Oh, well, if you've got...
I'll do them later.
If you've got facts, do the facts.
I'm choosing to do stories here and then later.
No, I don't... I gotta...
Do the facts.
I'll talk to Dad about this.
I did an outline. Facts go here.
Facts go here. Okay, I understand. So this is called bestlifeonline.com. This is by Sarah Crow. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
This is about the 1980s. So.
Cool. First fact. A billion people tuned in to see Prince Charles and Lady Diana get married.
I remember.
While royal and celebrity weddings are still a big ratings hit to this day, they pale in comparison to Diana and Charles' wedding in 1981. In fact, over 1 billion people around the globe turned in for the July 29th wedding. To give some context to that figure, just 10.5 million viewers watched Kim Kardashian's wedding. 2011 wedding to Chris Humphries. I'm so sorry if I got that wrong.
Nope, that was right.
Okay, but to be fair, part of that was Diana. Diana was, she may have been Duchess of Wales or Prince. I forget her actual title. Other than Diana, right? But she really became part of the world. Like everybody loved Diana. Like there's whole people that whole groups of people that practiced her wave, her little wave, and I mean she was a media darling, even though she made a couple of mistakes,
which all humans do.
Yeah, but like she was interviewed about the wedding, and she was wearing this sundress, and like because of the way she was standing, you could very clearly see her legs through the dress. And so British people were a little mortified about that. Now, that was months before the actual wedding, but still, it was one of those things that, like, British people kind of held against her, but I think stuff like that made her more lovable. Just the fact that she had feet of clay, kind of, that she